Evening. There we are, the little buttons up saying that I'm live. Let's hope that the internet is good tonight. We had some hell of a rain here last night and we lost Sky and internet and everything. And tonight looks okay so far. I forgot to put my lights on, so I shall just get those put on. I'm usually more organized than this. I think I'm organized and then I forget some quite important things. I've got props organized. Hey, I'm even trialing something new out on you tonight, folks. I am going to attempt to do some live slides on this live tonight. So let's see how that goes, shall we? How are you? What's the weather like where you are? Tell me where you are in the comments. Tell me if you're watching live or watching on replay. Hopefully this is coming up okay. I'm just going to close a few tabs here. You can't see what I'm doing, but I can. In the hopes that it'll make the internet connection better. Because it's a bit glitchy at this end and I'm moving and not moving on the screen. So hopefully you can see it okay. So yeah, tell me where you are. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what the weather's like. Yeah. Tell me whether you're watching live or on replay. And tonight I'm going to be talking all about money, 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 money. I do this on a regular basis. I talk about money on a regular basis through my social media because I don't think we can ever hear it often enough. I don't think we can ever hear the tips often enough. And I think it's one of the things that we don't work enough on. We find ourselves in the middle of the money mess that we're in and not knowing how to get out, but we don't work enough on our money mindset. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about tonight. I'm going to make it nice and calm and easy as possible. Nothing major in there. So stick with me. I'm going to attempt to share some slides live through StreamYard. So that'll be fun. Anyway, for those of you that have not seen me before, I am Mandy Nicholson and I am the Creative Genius Consultant. I'm an artist and I'm an author and I help creative women to launch, grow and scale their businesses and make more money. And I want to talk a little bit about that first because it's really interesting, isn't it? How people are saying at the moment that times are hard, business is tough, but there really is enough money to go around. I'm going to give you an example, a live example here. One of my clients who has been on my program, my Creative Mastermind, for 6 months now. So she's 6 months into the 12-month program. She's an artist, okay? And she's never made a penny in her life from her art before joining me. And last week, she secured £3,500 worth of income. So there is money out there. There are people that want what you do. It's your job is to find them and to believe that you can. So tonight, I want to take you through what I use usually when I'm doing guest speaker events in a PowerPoint presentation. And I've had to pare it back because unfortunately, I have these all singing, all dancing PowerPoint presentations and StreamYard only allows you 50 megabytes. And I had a load of high quality photographs on there and I've had to take loads of slides out. So it's a basic, it's not a full 45 minutes that I normally talk about money mindset. So bear with me because I'm going to share that with you in a little bit. Not straight away. I just want to get you in the mood to think about money. Okay. And I'm going to use my story, parts of my story, to talk to you about money. But one of the very first things I'm going to say to you is it's really important for you tonight to have an open mind whenever you're watching this and to understand that money, like anything, is an exchange of energy. And if we respect that exchange of energy and we believe that we're entitled to it, that is what changes everything for us. There is enough money in the world. It does not belong to the top 1%. It belongs to all of us, and it's our job to go out and grab it. So I'm going to attempt now to add this presentation to the, look at that. I did it almost effortlessly, but I forgot to take off my banners. Hi, Irene. So let me just take my brand off and you can see it properly. So let's kick off. Normally there's a lovely introduction slide there to my money mindset and it's not there today. So we're just going with what slides we've got. So From the age of 7, you are developing your money mindset. You are listening to and hearing the people that surround you in your life from 7 years old. So your parents, your sisters, maybe older siblings, your aunties, your uncles, your grandparents, who all have different views on money. Okay, so you're hearing this, and this is actually forming and shaping your money mindset from the age of 7, where you are consciously understanding the world around you in a much better way. So you may have been hearing things like money doesn't grow on trees. Do you think I'm made of money? Rich people are bad people. Money is evil. Money goes out faster than it comes in. I need to work hard for money. My parents worked hard for money. Rich people are seldom happy. Yeah, there is a limit to what I can earn. But the kids need new shoes. All of these things, all of these statements and sentences are being implanted in your very young and very receptive brain from the age of 7. So you are forming and shaping your money mindset from that age. And you don't even realize it. And you are going to take that with you through life. You're going to find all of your money battles come from that place. Those beliefs that you actually attach yourself to from that early age. And I call them the 3 money demons. There are 3 money demons, particularly for us women. There is mum guilt. We put ourselves the lowest priority, the last one on the list, when in actual fact we should be at the top of the list. Because when we look after ourselves well, it's much easier for us to look after everybody else. There's money guilt, the fear of charging your worth. And I come across this a lot with my clients who have real fear around charging what they are really worth. And money avoidance. You know that if I don't look at it, then it won't be as bad as I think it is. So avoiding dealing with it, avoiding dealing with debt, avoiding dealing with the things that you know are problems within your money management in your life. The objective of this talk tonight is really to help you release your power around money and to know that it's never too late to start. So wherever you are now, that's your entry point. It's okay to be where you are. Whether that is you've got no money, whether that's you're in debt, whether that's you're abundant, it doesn't make any difference. It's never too late to start. You must believe that it's possible. And I want to help you to try and believe that it is possible to change your way of thinking around money. And I want you to understand that you will always need to work at it because you may not even know what your money issues are. So I use my story, okay? I use my story whenever I talk about money. So in 2009, I had a series of unfortunate events, and they would make your hair stand on end and have done. People that have read my book. So my book, The Life I Won, available on Amazon. And this isn't a pitch to sell the book, honestly, but my money story is in this book. Okay, I went from a 6-figure career, a chocolate box cottage in the country, 2 kids, 2 dogs, and a stay-at-home hubby, business on the side with my sister, from the outside looking pretty much like the perfect nuclear family. Then boom, everything. I lost everything, people, relationships, all the money I had, and ended up in a council house as a single mum, jobless, bankrupt, and with £30 in my bank and a £700 old banger of a car. That's where I went from in the space of 12 months. 12 months in 2009 until February 2010. It was quite horrific. It actually hurts to read it. This book has had a profound effect on many of the people that have read it. So that's The Life I Won, my first book. And I tell that money story, but actually, it was my fault. It was my money story that actually created all of this. It was my rock bottom that I ended up at. But I reframed it to my place. I can't even see these slides. They've not even come up properly. My place of opportunity. I rebuilt, I educated, I networked, I shared, and I manifested. I changed my life over the course of the next 10 years. And it does take time, folks. You can't change it in 10 days. It takes time and it takes work. So there are no quick wins. There are no overnight successes. There are no guaranteed secret formulas. And there's definitely no secret sauce that's going to give you this magical thing that changes your money from where you are now. You are the conduit for change, 100%. And it starts here. Part of the reason that I lost everything during that year in 2009 were some of the people around me who let me down badly, but I allowed them to let me down badly. I facilitated their behavior, and I had to start at the very beginning and forgive myself and forgive others, because forgiveness allows you to clear space for positive action. Forgiveness removes negativity. Forgiveness releases you, and gratitude at a deep level helps to cement your beliefs, and gratitude releases you. So I call these the foundations, the very foundations for beginning to rebuild your money mindset. So if you were picked on at school and a bully took your dinner money, you need to forgive that bully. Yeah, if you've lent money to somebody and they've never paid you back, instead of holding on to the angst that causes you and the negative thoughts, you need to forgive them and let it go. Somebody's caused you to be in debt like I did. You need to forgive them and yourself for allowing it to happen and let it go. It's in the act of forgiveness and having gratitude for what you actually have that you release yourself to think differently about your money. So I became very grateful for having my little council house, and I reframed it and called it my castle by the sea. It was 90 seconds to the beach from the front door, and it didn't matter to me that I had £30. Some people don't even have that. And I had the ability to rebuild my life and start a business. So that's what I did first. I got my ducks in a row. I got to know. This is one of the things I always ask. I do as an activity in my money mindset program. Get to know this, your money vessel. This is my money vessel, and it's the same one that's in my money mindset program because I love it. And it's a Harris Tweed purse, and it's very tidy with no horrible receipts in it. It has in it methods of payment and methods of discount, and some nice, fresh, crisp Scottish £20 notes and £10 notes, because having a nice tidy money vessel with money in it makes me feel abundant. It's one of the many things that make me feel abundant. Understand your money flow, the costs and benefits of everything, and the income streams into your business. So what are your outgoings and income? Do you know them to the penny, to the pound? Respect your money, every single penny of it. Be grateful for every penny of it. If you sell something for £2, be grateful for that £2. Thank the universe for that £2. Yeah. Then you might be able to generate the £2,000 of income if you're grateful for the £2 of income. Become an extreme cheapskate. I literally became an extreme cheapskate, and I use that term as a loving term. My daughter gave me that term, an extreme cheapskate, because I was so obsessed with money and saving money and understanding where every penny came from and how I could make more of it, that I wouldn't do anything without thinking, can I make money on that? So this is a screenshot of Top Cashback, and this is from actually a few years ago. And that's my annual earnings from just shopping through Top Cashback. I earned £1,400 that particular year. I earned £2,000 last year from Top Cashback. And it's an income stream just through doing my normal shopping. So I go and get my insurance through Top Cashback. I shop on eBay through Top Cashback, and lots of major brands that I would be buying stuff from anyway. And I earn cashback, and I leave it in there until either I want a holiday or till Christmas before I withdraw it. So I'm creating another income stream just by being sensible with my shopping. I became that obsessed and happily own the nickname Extreme Cheapskate. In fact, my daughter now is an extreme cheapskate also, because I've taught my kids to do exactly the same. I want you to think about everything you do and ask the question, whatever you put in your diary or in your workflow, does this activity generate income for me now or in the future? Is this a worthwhile activity to be putting into my diary and into my planner? How much income do I intend to manifest by taking this action that I am about to do? What is the return on this activity? Who or what am I investing in by doing this? And remember, your biggest asset is you. So let me give you some examples. An income producing activity might be something that you don't think about. Yes, you could have in your diary, create a Facebook ad, and that might be an obvious income producing activity. Create sales posts, for social media, that might be an obvious income producing activity. But actually investing in yourself in a self-development course may also be an income producing activity, because you are improving your biggest asset, which is you. So I want you to think outside the box about what goes into your diary and ask these questions. Is this going to serve me now, soon, or in the future in terms of income into my business? And if you take that approach to everything that you do in your work, it will help you to start thinking about your money mindset. And I don't want you to set goals that are too low. I want you to think big. And I'll explain to you why I want you to think big. I want you to think like a wealthy woman. So if I ask you now, what does a wealthy woman look like? What comes to your mind? What's the picture in your mind? Let me know in the comments. What's the picture of in your mind of a wealthy woman? Okay, go and stand in front of a full-length mirror and look yourself up and down. No makeup, just as you are. Go and stand in front of a mirror. And I want you to say, this is what a wealthy woman looks like. This is what a wealthy woman looks like. Because changing your perception of what you think somebody who has wealth looks like, and allowing you to think that way about yourself, enables you to improve your mindset. Now, none of this is going to change after tonight's talk, but I want you to think about some things. And this does not belong to me. This came from Bob Proctor. I worked with Bob Proctor 12 years ago on one of his programs. So I do use this all the time because I did it. I did this religiously every single day, standing in front of a mirror saying, this is what a wealthy woman looks like. Because at rock bottom with £30 in your bank account, you have to change your perception of yourself. And that's where I was. One of the other things that you can do to help yourself with your mindset is to program that supercomputer of yours, that brain of yours. And affirmations are like the programming code. Now, you may or may not like affirmations. There's a lot of them about on social media these days. I didn't know what they were initially. I went around sticking the Post-it notes on the fridge and the back of doors, back of the toilet door, like we were told to do, but didn't really understand the concept of affirmations until I did my NLP diploma. And I really then did understand the power of affirmations, because they help to program the RAS, the reticular activating system in your brain. And that particular system of your brain helps you to manifest the things you want. So for instance, if you want a red BMW and you tell yourself, you create some affirmations, I am enjoying driving my red BMW down the country lanes. Yeah, I am the proud owner of a brand new shiny red BMW. So you start to build some affirmations first. This is what you want. As you say them regularly, and as you tell your brain this is what you want, your reticular activating system clicks in. What you'll then start to do is to tell people, I'm going to have a red BMW. Tell everybody, put it on social media, hold yourself accountable. This time next year, I'm going to own a red BMW. Then what happens next is your RAS goes to work, and you might be passing a BMW garage and think, I'm going to go and test drive that red BMW. And you sit in it and you feel the leather and you feel the steering wheel and you drive it and you smell the car and you start to initiate your senses, which feed into your reticular activating system. What will happen then is everywhere you will see red BMWs. They'll be pulling up beside you at the traffic lights. They'll be overtaking you on the motorway. There are no more red BMWs than there were before, but you're noticing them now because you've programmed that supercomputer of yours using affirmations and building your confidence. And what will happen is something will happen. So you might get a friend phone you up and say, hey, there's a competition for a red BMW in Bella magazine. Why don't you enter it? This is what starts to happen. And this is actual fact. This is what happened to me. So here's some examples of affirmations. I am exactly where I'm meant to be, doing what I'm meant to do. I love that. Affirmations. I live a wealthy and abundant life. Money comes easily and effortlessly to me from multiple different sources. I am ecstatic to welcome 5 new clients every month into my signature program in 2021 when I wrote this. I am joyful because I help to create wealthy women. So create yourself some affirmations that you can say that easily. You can tell these are my affirmations because I can reel them off without looking at the screen. And I say these again and again on my dog walks, programming that reticular activating system to help me continually manage my money mindset. Affirmations used well serve you well. Affirmations stuck on post-it notes that you say when you pass them without meaning do not serve you well. So understand the power of some of these tools that you can use to help you to program your mind. So here is one of the things I've actually done. And here is my big example, guys. I had loads of photographs of this, but it wouldn't let me upload them all because there's not enough megabytes to upload them all. In 2019, I bought my dream home in Long Horton, cash. So 10 years after losing everything in my series of unfortunate events, 10 years later, I bought my dream home in Long Horton for cash. And then I said, right, what next? I bought my dream home. I've got my dream business. I launched my coaching business, my creative coaching business. I asked what next? And I put a castle on my vision board and said, I'd love to own a castle in Scotland where I can run creative retreats. That was my next big goal. So I want you to think big. So as you're looking at the screen on the left, is the big castle there. That's Brecon Castle in Scotland near Dundee, or in Dundee, Brecon Castle. That castle was up for sale when I put it on my vision board for £3 million. And I believed that I could get there, and I worked a plan up for me to be able to generate the income to get that. And I knew it would take me 10 years to get to that if I kept going at the rate I was going. So I put it on my vision board. Within 2 years of that being on my vision board, I bought the house next to it, which is where I am now. And I call it my mini castle. Okay, because it was a wild card. I happened to find it when I decided to move to Scotland. After my husband died in 2020, I decided to move to Scotland to follow my dream of owning a castle in Scotland. I will move to Scotland and manifest the money while I'm there. Then this house came up. And it's a 7-bedroom ex-bank. And look at the similarity with the red brick. And if I could show you the other photographs, they are so similar. I've got a sweeping staircase like Brecon Castle. The dining rooms were almost exactly the same. The living rooms were almost exactly the same, just smaller versions. Even that walled garden was almost exactly the same, but in a miniature version. So I called this my mini castle. And over the last year, I've renovated it. So my 10-year plan took me 2 years. The universe gave me what I needed now. This is what happens when you manifest in. You've got to watch for what you're given, not necessarily what you want or what you think is your big vision. So I had this big vision on my vision board of a castle, and I've ended up with a mini castle where I am running creative retreats. The big dream that I had was to bring women from all over the world to do creative retreats for me. Well, I can do that now, 2 years later. So when you're manifesting, it's going to show up in your life if you're clear on what you want and asking for what you really want. My book was republished this year in 2022 with a publisher, Austin Macaulay. So I pitched my book to several publishers. I self-published it first, and I've been picked up on a 3-book deal for The Life I Won. So there's The Life I Won is book 1, and that tells you my story of how I lost everything, my money story. The Life I Created will be ready this year, early next year. I'm about halfway through it. And that tells the story of how I rebuilt my life. That's my money story rebuilt, and how I bought my dream home in cash. So that should be published very soon. I am back. That's all the slides I could fit on. And then book 3, I'm living right now. Book 3 is about this move to Scotland, and everything that happened after that. So what you believe you can do, you can do. And I'll say, one of the things I'll say to you tonight is that, you know, along the way, I've invested in myself. I invested in a coach. I worked with Michelle Stonhill, and things that you do along the way will come back and continue to serve you. So I worked with Michelle a couple of years ago as my coach. She has now invited me to be a guest speaker at her brand new Entrepreneurcity that she's launching with Emma Cooper, which is going to be big and is set up to help entrepreneurs to get their business ideas on rails. And that's great that somebody has decided to do that generically for people who want to go into business. So I am guest speaker alongside Fraser Brooks and a load of other big names. And I didn't launch my business until Boxing Day 2019. But the reason that I was invited is that I have told my story through social media. I've shared my money story honestly. I've shared the story of losing my husband and how I kept going, because it is about the belief you have in yourself that you are entitled and able to deliver what you dream of. And it's okay to go for your dreams, even dreams as big as a whole ass castle on your vision board. Okay. You don't have to dream of being a multimillionaire. You don't have to fit the boxes that some of these multimillionaire coaches are projecting out there. You may not want that. You may just want the red BMW, or you may want the castle in Scotland. But your money story started young, has followed you through life, and it's time to change it. Your money story is what you believe it is today. And if you see what's scrolling along the bottom of this screen, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. That's a quote by Albert Einstein. They used it in The Secret. I love The Secret. If you haven't watched that film or read that book, you must do so, because it is quite mind-altering. That's what started me on my path. And I continue to have the belief in my clients and to help them believe in themselves so that they can create the life they want, doing the thing that they love the most. Because I'm living proof that you can change everything. You can go from living in a council house with £30 in your bank account to living in a castle in Scotland doing creative retreats with a 6-figure coaching business. You can do it because it's possible. So I wanted to share that with you tonight because I do it so regularly and I do share my story. So please, you know, if you want to know the story, this tells you warts and all, the nitty gritty of everything that happened to me, one thing at a time, in that awful year, 2009, where I had that series of unfortunate events. And this gives you the nitty gritty detail. I haven't put a link for the book. You can find it on most of my bios. You can find it on Amazon. It's The Life I Won, written under the pen name AJ King in tribute to my dad. If you want to find it, you will. What I have put in the comments above is a link to Mandy's mini money mindset makeover. Okay, I love alliteration. Mandy's mini money mindset makeover. It's literally a 30-minute audio program, 6 audios that you can just listen to on your phone, and that will help you start to think about your money story. And in there, I will be touching on forgiveness, and gratitude, and how to do the work in those areas to get you started on your money journey. So good luck with your money journey. Let me know if this has prompted you to take action tonight, because I know there are people out there that have watched the full presentation, which is about 45 minutes, an hour long, and have gone out and made big changes in their lives. And that makes me very, very happy. That's why we show up and speak about these things. So let me know if it prompts you to go and do something different. I want you to be successful. So go out and do that, and believe that you can go out and do that. And remember, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Stick a castle on your vision board. I'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place, different topic. Have a wonderful week, folks.